Hi again. You'll notice now it's going to change to Greek. He was quite horrified when he found out that I'd used the wrong app, so that's okay. So you can just see now it organises itself really easily. Me, I just deal with what I see. So now we're going to deal with my day, and it's basically going to ask you to get organised, and that's simply what it does. This is an enormous app. The database behind this is incredibly big. And as we start going through the next 3 months, regardless of where you come in the 5 countries plus India that we mainly work with, you'll find it's regionalised. And so for anything that you actually use in those countries will appear as opposed to just what Australia does. So over the next 12 months, these become very big, these apps, and almost impossible to be copied because of the IP that's in fact actually behind them, driving them. So let's go to, and obviously now it must be 12 o'clock here in Australia, because it's switched to my afternoon, so it's obviously driven by clock, so it's driven by time. So we're going to do my morning first. So can I have my morning, please?
What do you want to do first?
And so in here, we're going to actually organise my breakfast. My activities, my clothes, my well-being, they're all exactly the same. But people constantly want us to keep changing these headings.
My
but
breakfast.
After 10 years...
What are you and me having for breakfast?
Would you mind waiting? That's all right. What we've found over time with the 4 headings is that at the end of the day, you can't change them because it's impossible to put them in a different order. So after 10 years of a lot of work and a lot of help, we've actually got these nailed down. So you'll notice that it runs just with these 6 things, and there isn't a breakfast order that we can think of that doesn't fit into one of these 6 categories, regardless of whether you eat everything, you eat some things, your religion requires you to eat other things, or diets or whatever. So essentially anything you want can be put in underneath this. You'll notice my 2 friends are back. So M-little-E, so you're here, okay, and M-E, the machine empathy, is working again down the bottom. If you've gone into preferences when you first come in, you can actually change the way the screen actually works. You can make these work exactly the way you want them to work. So can I have my cereal, please? So if you go into my cereal, you'll see here the pencil starts straight away. And for every country that we deal with mainly, which is the US, the UK, Canada, New Zealand, Australia and India, the top 12 cereals that are sold in each of those countries at the moment, in other words, the consumer users, will appear here. It was an interesting challenge with everyone in India, by the way, because in India you have 12 different brands of cornflakes. So when you actually build it culturally, you can see the differences. So if you come in on a different ISP address, it will actually change according to the region that you're in. But you can change these. If you change these, they'll automatically appear down here. They'll alter themselves. And so the one you change from to will appear here, and this one would substitute itself and it'll go to the one you replaced it from. So it's a matter of how often you want to use it. And I didn't build it so that people who need this system think they're in a supermarket. We actually built it so that you can take photographs of what's in your pantry, and Greg's already shown you how easy it is to change them. So these really should be reflective of what's in your pantry in every category. So if we push, Michael, if we select Cocoa Pops, please.
Cocoa Pops.
See, it's down the bottom and it's ready to go. So now we'll go back and we'll take my milk.
My milk.
And we'll take skim milk.
Skim.
And now we'll go to my topping.
My topping.
And it'll take, let's take, is there anything here that's good for you? Honey, please.
Honey.
And if you go to the next one, which is my bowl.
My bowl.
I don't mind the favourite bowl. I'm not sure how that works when there's 6 of them. Can we go to my spoon?
My spoon.
So we take a Disney spoon.
Disney.
We go to the next one, which is my sugar.
My sugar.
I'm not sure that's a mistake. So quite easily you can see how that now needs to be fixed. So this is clearly a demo model, and you can see that it's changed because it's taking you back to the topping again, which you shouldn't have done. So these are the kinds of bugs that we need you, when you're using it, to actually come back to us and tell us what's wrong and how we fix them, so we can easily do that. So that's now been fixed in the actual version that you would be looking at on your tablet. But anyway, let's check, let's click Splendor. Now we'll send it. So we'll send it to our carer.
Great. Would you like to change anything?
That's everything that you've ordered for your breakfast. Now that took what, minute and a half to actually say what you wanted. And in the case of Grace's household, where she's 4.5, and it doesn't matter whether you're 4.5, 24.5, 44.5 or 84.5, if you can't communicate to your family members, life gets very, very complicated. So communication is vitally important, and that's what this is all about. It's about communication and about reducing isolation. So over morning time, Mum can now ask her what she'd like for dinner. And so if you go to the afternoon or the evening one, it has all the meals for the night time, from a baked dinner to a vegetarian meal to whatever it is you want. So you can actually select what you want, particularly for dinner. So the whole household is now run by a 4.5-year-old, which is really quite extraordinary, because people say to me, this must be hard to use. She's never been trained. She's just worked it out for herself. And as you go through, you'll start to learn what she's all about. So at the moment in this one, she chooses 3 things: her food, her snacks, and what she wants to wear. Other than that, she refuses to use it, because it means she's got to do what she doesn't want to. She's got to do what she's told. And so essentially, if we say we want to make some changes, can you push, yes please, Jodie?
Yes.
So what do you want to change? Let's change the milk. So we go up and cross-check on the milk, and we've got to put lactose free.
Lactose free.
And now
Fran,
we go down.
Would you like to change anything?
If we say no,
No.
it should all now be appearing. Where's it gone to? Should be down the bottom. So can we send it, please, and see what happens? It should say send. Oh, this is playing up.
No. Your
Okay.
message has been sent.
Okay, in the latest version that you've got up now, so I'm really happy to be showing you this actually.
Hi,
In
Greg.
the latest
How
version,
can I help you?
it would have had all of them down the bottom here, and it would have shown the change that she made. So it would have taken it out. So my DBA is sitting in the room. I'm just as well you fix that. So essentially it's no good sending it. So these are the sorts of bugs, and I'm quite happy to show you the bugs, because unless we show you how to fix it, there's no point in actually working with it. So the whole function of My Day, you'll be able to buy it as 3 apps, or we're actually giving it to you now as one whole app, but essentially you'd be able to isolate it out as to morning, afternoon and evening. But it's very intuitive, so it basically starts to understand what you want to wear, what you're doing, where you're going, what food you eat, what you like to eat, what you don't want to eat. When you go to the doctor's appointment, all that sort of thing, it knows everything there is to know about you. So that brings me to a big issue about privacy, and we are hugely concerned about privacy, which is why Deloitte worldwide delivers it. So they're known worldwide for their ability to protect people's privacy and their information. So we never disclose anything under any circumstances about any particular user. Doesn't matter to me why. Privacy is privacy. So at the end of the day, that's my day.